Hey, my Don and Donettes, it's Darren here, back from TFB, back with another video. Got a little merchandise, hope you like it. Yeah, little t-shirt, yeah. Today, I'm going back in time. 1998, 1995, and 1989. These are the fragrances that I fell in love with at first sniff. That's the terminology they use. So these were the ones that when I snuffed first, I just absolutely fell in love. So we're gonna start with this one, Celeron Jazz. Now this brings me back, way back in the days. Now I didn't have this because my uncle bought me Brute, but my friend's mum, I'll name him, his street name, Raggerty. Big up. We're not talking at the moment, but hopefully this will remind how far we go back, bring us back together. Anyway, he had this because he was a bit richer than myself, my family. So his mum bought him this, and I remember going to his house and I sprayed it on, and I was just like, whoa! It just smelled amazing. And it lasted for days. I took off my jumper, my mum washed it. The next day I had to iron my jumper actually, she didn't iron it. And I could still smell it on my jumper after it's being washed. So this just was a beast back in the day. You know, it came out in 1998. But the notes are lavender, bergamot, geranium, leather, nutmeg, and several more. But yeah, you can definitely smell the leather and the geranium. It's very woody kind of scent, very masculine. You know, for back then, 1988, I was just a teenager. I just thought this was amazing. And obviously they don't make it anymore, it's stopped production. I mean they do, but it's in a new bottle, and I heard they've reformulated. So they've changed the scent DNA from how it was back then. So I had to get this off eBay, I had to bid for it, but I'm just so happy I've got the original black and white Jazz from Celeron. It is just amazing. It does smell a bit old school now compared to back then, but it just reminds me of that time in Clacton. I did my bike to his house and went up to his bedroom and just sprayed everywhere, and then went out on the road and smelling fresh to death. So this brings back some serious memories of back in the day, and it's just amazing. 1988 that came out, Jazz Celeron. Now we're moving on to the Pink Beast. When this came out, men were like, pink? Nah, that's for females, mate. It's all flowers. But dupe, oh my goodness. Oh, it's just so sweet and juicy. This is just amazing. This has bergamot, cinnamon, orange, vevita, vanilla. Very sweet, but it smells sort of floral, but it's just lovely. Like back then, I think it came out in 1989. You know, it's made a statement sitting along the shelves of all the other aftershaves, and this was pink, just bright colours. There wasn't many colours back then, and yeah, it just smells. Like, even today, it still smells the same, and it lasts for ages. I used to wear this to go raving back in the day. Roseberries, Bel Air, Hackney Wick, Rex, and I'm telling you, girls used to be like, "Oh my God, what are you wearing?" I'm telling you, this was a pull-out back in the days. Like, you know, then after it became like everybody got it, and then it just came a bit, you know, not as popular. But for me, this just takes me back to when I used to go partying and clubbing with my lads, and you know, spraying this all over, dressing up fresh to death. And yeah, up to this day now, it still smells good. It doesn't smell dated, even though it came out in '89. But yeah, it's just fresh, florally sweet, and it lasts for so long. So that's Dupe Hum. Great fragrance from back in the day. And then last, we have not least, Iceberg Twice. Now this came out in 1995, I believe, and Yeah, it's got some old DNA in it. You can smell it's kind of back in the day. Now this has yuzu, lemon, white mint, and jasmine. So very fresh summertime fragrance. Same as this one actually. I would say this is maybe more like colder weather, but we wore it whenever. But yeah, this is definitely a spring summertime fragrance, and yeah, for back then it was just really quite nice. I mean, I wore it a few months ago on the bus and a woman walked past. I just saw her turn around and she was sniffing. She didn't say anything, but I could see her nose up. So yeah, it still gets a little bit of attention, and it's cheap now. Like you can get this for up to like, I think it's £20. I got it for £25. Dupe, I got this for $18.99. Very cheap. Obviously Jazz, you can't get that again. I mean, you can get the new Jazz Live, Y Live or something like that. But yeah, but for those, very cheap, very affordable, and yeah, this takes me back as well to when I was young. You know, going around on the college, spraying this on. Girls, oh, what are you wearing? Oh, it just brings back some major memories. But yeah, for me, I think it still smells really nice now, and I suggest you must have it by now even if you're not a serious collector, but you just have a few in your collection. I'm sure you've got these, but these just remind me of when I first fell in love with fragrances. Like definitely this one, I absolutely just was blown away. You know, I had Brut, but then I smelled this. Totally different. No disrespect to Brut, you know, it's one of my first. You know, you have to give it some sort of props. Maybe I'll review it. I don't own it, but I could probably pick it up. It's at $1.99 now. But yeah, Dupe takes me way back, and Iceberg Twice. I'd also like to mention Fahrenheit as well. That was another one that back then that was really a beast scent as well. It lasted really long. It was like a woody kind of masculine scent. But that was really nice, Fahrenheit. There's loads I could mention really, but those three. Oh, my love at first sniff, sorry. Getting me words tongue tied. But yeah, those. So Versace blue jeans, I'd like to mention that as well, along with these. So Fahrenheit, Versace blue jeans, those were the same kind of years that they came out. But yeah, I definitely suggest you have these in your stable if you're around my age, which is quite old. But yeah, they just take me back to back in the days when I first sort of fell in love with fragrances. So that's it for now. Look out for further videos. I'm going to record another one now actually and upload it this week. So keep it tuned, make sure you like, subscribe. Any questions or you want prices, just leave a message in the comments, and I'll make sure I get back to you. So take care, see you on the next one.